We are 15 miles due west of the Atlantic, nestled in downtown Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Tennessee Titans. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. And they'll try the jet sweep here. Space to maneuver at the 40. And all the way up to the 46. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
The tackle by Quincy Williams.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Roethlisberger. Quick slant to Brown. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Roethlisberger. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Yards to go.
Shotgun handoff to Henry. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. Connection made with Chenault. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Complete.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. His throw incomplete. Kenny Moore that time there on the coverage.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Prescott off play action. He's going to fire one deep left side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
Dancing to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. The quick slant caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Josh Oliver with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Again to Henry. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Here's a handoff to Evans out of the gun. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Last year's All-Pro punter Brett Kern comes on for Tennessee as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Watch Twitch. Watch Twitch. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Prescott on 1st down. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
18-yard line.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. The Titans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. It's caught. Smith. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 21-yard line.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack.
Brings up third down.
An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. They just get the play off. Now Prescott. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. They got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play that time for Jacksonville. 53 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field.
54, right there. 54, Mike. You got to get the ball,
On play action, Prescott. He's going to try and go deep again. And this one is incomplete. Laviska Shenault, the rookie, his intended target. But it'll be second down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, watch the slant.
A handoff to Fournette. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Solid carry there by Leonard Fournette, and last year he achieved his career high in rushing yards with nearly 1,200. Ranked 4th in the AFC, 7th in the NFL. Loves to carry.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, That answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A gain of 2.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Roethlisberger quickly to the flat. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
A gain of 27 on the play. First down, Tennessee.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
The tackle made by
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw is Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Josh Oliver. And it's 2nd down.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
Here we go, 47.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. This is Chenault on the receiving end. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 26 and a first down.
10 at the 43-yard line.
Off the play fake, Prescott. It's caught by OBJ. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Jaguars 28, Titans 3.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Here we go.
From the 27th, Roethlisberger. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Intended for A.J. Brown. Incomplete. It's 3rd down. And 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 21 yards. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Now Prescott. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dak Prescott Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead.
Okay, we need to double-check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And
I just said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because the guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down,
good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Again, it's Henry. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Nice carry there by Derrick Henry. Picks up a first down. And when you say workhorse, you're thinking about Derrick Henry. Won the rushing title in 2019 with 1,540 yards on the ground and 16 rushing touchdowns. Went to his first Pro Bowl and carried his team to the AFC Championship game.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
7-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
56 the mark, boys. 56. Check 56. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
On the counter, it's Henry. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
He's across midfield.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. He finds Humphreys. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 37. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
At the 31-yard line.
Now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. Now Roethlisberger, and caught by Henry. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
So his third field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into sixes.
And sevens, and probably even eights. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
Take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down and 12 at the 19-yard line. Again, it's Fournette. And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. 2 yards the loss there. Now third and 14.
2 yards leads to third.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long.
Watch the backer, watch the backer. Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Check.
And they'll run with a man signed away from Washington. It's Chris Thompson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. Here's Logan Cook now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it'll be Titan football.
At their own 48-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Devon Hamilton with the tackle.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Four there. Alert.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up third down.
The Titans on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is third and 4. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it with Henry. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
A gain of 7.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
30-yard line.
And that's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
2nd and 2.
Let's go. 180. Check 9.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
The 18-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Jaguars' 18-yard line.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
Tennessee.
Derrick Henry, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. And that'll make this a 19-point game.
Makes the score Jaguars 35, Titans 16.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Watch the pass. Mike 54.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Prescott on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I smell fear.
And they take a knee.
Prescott on the keeper.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
And they will take a knee here.
Prescott on the keeper.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Jags, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.